This is the Louie T Network.
Man, I love some football. Man, I love some football. My favorite week is week 1, cause I'm watching football. First comes the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. We in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 3 in the National Football League. Houston Texans on the road traveling to New York to take on the G-Men, the New York Giants. And Giants looking for their first win of the season. Texans looking to improve to a perfect 3-0 on the season. No Arian Foster in this game. What is that going to mean? Let's find out. Texans waste a successful fake punt with penalties and ultimately throw an interception to Prince Amukamara as it ends the drive. And this is what I talked about to Texans fans before the season started. Why you don't have a chance to be a 10-win team this season. Why you don't have a chance to be that team. Why not us? Because Ryan Fitzpatrick is your quarterback. When he's allowed to manage the game and your running game is carrying the load and the defense is forcing turnovers, you're going to be in great shape. He's not going to turn it over. He's going to do his job and do it effectively. But when he's the breadwinner, when he's the guy that has to go out and make plays for the offense, he's going to make mistakes. That's the DNA and the mental makeup of Ryan Fitzpatrick, and you saw it in this game. Giants squander a great drive as Larry Donnell fumbles inside the Texans' 10-yard line. It's scooped up by Jonathan Joseph. Texans have done a wonderful job of creating turnovers and winning the turnover battle this season, which is why they came into this game at 2-0. And conversely, the Giants have been their own worst enemy this year. Just doing things to get in their own way to stop them from winning games. And that's why they came into this game winless, because they can't seem to stop making mistakes and turning over the football and leaving opportunities on the field. And here's another example of that as the Giants get all the way inside the Texans' 10-yard line and then fumble the football. Victor Cruz with the Victor Cruz. You got Victor Cruz. You got Victor Cruz on your team. You have to use him. He's the only guy you got left at receiver that you trust. No more Hakeem Nicks. He should be getting the football more, and to start this season, that had not been the case. Well, he got the football in this game, hence the Giants win the game. Beautiful catch and run by Victor Cruz. Sets up a field goal attempt that Steve Weatherford can't handle. Goes right through his wickets, and the ball goes 29 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Texans take over the football again. Another giant miscue that stops this team from putting points on the scoreboard. You can't live like this in the National Football League and expect to be successful. Giants making way too many mistakes to win ball games this season. That's the end of the first quarter. We move on to the second. G-Men strike first as Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz, you got Victor Cruz. Gets into the end zone on a beautiful catch and run. Eli Manning hits him in stride. He's able to catch it, run away from the defense, dive into the end zone as he finally gets to do his little salsa dance. It's 7-0. Giants up in this game, something the Giants haven't really done a lot of, and that's lead in a football game. Giants are up 7-0. D-Hop circus catch negated by a penalty. Then Antrell Roll picks off Ryan Fitzpatrick and takes it to the Houston 2, where Rashard Jennings does the rest as he gets in from the 2-yard line. It's now 14-0. Giants up on top in this game, and what a sick catch it was by D-Hop. One hand snag, and he's thinking, yeah, I'm hyped, big catch. We're about to get it going offensively, and he looks down the field and sees a penalty flag on the field, and he's like, oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick says, well, let's recreate the magic. Let me try and make a play again, and then he throws the interception. So this is what you get from Ryan Fitzpatrick. All of a sudden, Giants up 14-0. Now they can kind of do something that they really haven't had a chance to do all season. Run the football. You got a little bit of a lead. Now you can kind of get into your offensive sets and figure out what you want to do. Who are the Giants offensively? I still really don't know. Is it the short passing game with Eli Manning and new offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo? Or do you want to pound the football? Seems like that's most likely what you want to do. We'll see, but with this lead, you got to see what the Giants really want to do and what their true identity was, and that was pounding the football. 34 carries, 167 yards for Rashard Jennings, as this Giants offensive line took over and the Texans were simply outmatched after the Giants took the lead. And of course, you turn the football over in this league, especially on the road, you're going to find yourself in a huge hole. That's what happened to the Texans. Texans roll the dice and that takes us to halftime. So we go to the third quarter. Texans roll the dice on 4th and 1. Scare money don't make money. You gotta go for it sometimes. But after failing to get it on 3rd and 1, the Texans don't pick it up on 4th and 1 either. They're denied by the Giants defense, which leads directly to 3 more points for the Giants. It's now 17-0. Texans go 71 yards, but once again can't convert on 3rd and 1. Settle for a field goal. It's 17-3. You're starting to see the importance of having Arian Foster in the lineup. Can't pick up 1 yard in short yardage situations. Sometimes it's about attitude. Even if your line doesn't block, you got to have a guy that's willing to put it all on the line and get that 1 yard when it's not there. So not able to do it in this game. 17-3. Big run for Alfred Blue. Sets up a 44-yard touchdown strike to Damaris Johnson from Fitz. All of a sudden now, as bad as the Texans have played in this game with all the turnovers and mistakes, it's 17-10. We're talking 1-score game. Texans dominate the third quarter, put themselves in a position to maybe tie this football game up as we head to the fourth quarter. Giants add an early fourth quarter field goal to take a 10-point lead at 20-10. Then Demontre Moore blocks a field. And he's starting to make a name for himself and carve out a niche in this league blocking punts. And so this was a huge play in the game. He blocks a Shane Leckler punt. And after that, that leads to a Daniel Fells touchdown grab. It's now 27-10 for all intents and purposes. This game is over as Fitz throws his 3rd interception of the day. And that gives the Giants a 30-10 lead. They ultimately win this game 30-17 due to the New York Football Giants notching their first victory of the season. As the Texans fall from the ranks of the unbeaten, they drop to 2-1. This was a very sloppily played game on the part of the Texans. Too many mistakes on the road. Something they hadn't done all season long. Didn't make a lot of mistakes against the Redskins. Didn't make a lot of mistakes against the Raiders. They were the ones forcing the turnovers. In this game, they were the ones being charitable and giving the football up, and they paid for it dearly in this game. Giants get off the schneid as they have a short turnaround, have to go to Washington to take on the Redskins on Thursday Night Football, see if they can continue to play with some momentum as they get on the board 30-17. That's going to do it for the breakdown of the Texans and the Giants. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. Come back and join me. I've got plenty more games to break down in week number 3 in the National Football League. See you in a bit.